Hello everybody, bringing you some more stuff, and today I'm going to be driving for like an hour and 4 minutes. I drove all the way to Occidental College to see Phi and Elliot because Phi had a Glee concert and a Valorant game, and now I'm driving home. And you guys are coming with me. Who is excited? Who is excited? It's been a long time since I've recorded the Pegcast. To be quite honest with you, it's been a long time. I've just been in grad school, you know. I haven't had like a big reason to drive a ton. And if I'm not driving a long drive, then I'm not gonna be recording a Pegcast. That's just how it goes. And so yeah, I'm now driving for an hour, and so I have more to tell you about my trip to Japan. But here's the thing, it's been a long time since that trip, okay? It's now winter. It's now winter time. What is... We got freaking drunk pedestrians at the bar. We got freaking drunk pedestrians at the bar, you guys. There's freaking drunk pedestrians there. Yeah, so it's been a long time. It's winter now. I just had my last class in my first semester of grad school. I have my last final and my only final test. My final exam is on Tuesday. It's currently Sunday, so tomorrow I'm going to be studying big time. But yeah, that's just to tell you, you know, I went to Japan in summer. And so it's winter now. It's been a long time. But that's why I've been taking notes. That's why I've been reminding myself what I'm going to talk about. And so I can tell you that the last thing I spoke about was like getting off the train when we're going to go to Loft, right? And so we get off the train, we are walking through the city, and we're trying to go to Loft, the department store, and as we're walking, I catch out of the corner of my eye, what do I see but Chikawa? What do I see but Chikawa? Once again, everybody. Because that's all I'm freaking seeing on this trip, is Chikawa. Boom. That's right, give me that freaking green right turn, baby. That's freaking right, let's freaking go. Boom! So I saw Chikawa, like, as, it's like a banner above the, like, double doors to enter a department store. And it says that, on the 7th, or, you know, this says the 6th, so I'm gonna trust that. That on the 6th floor is the Nagano Market. Okay? And Nagano is the guy who wrote Chikawa. So we're like, oh, we gotta go back there. We gotta go back there. We surely will return. And so we go off to Ginza Loft. And one of the cool things about that store is that they have a ton of vegan food. So, you know, we go there and we're gonna eat. I got butter chicken, which is so awesome. I was so excited to eat butter chicken. And Cami got omu rice. This place that we got it from, it's inside the Ginza Loft. It's called Two Foods. And Two Foods was awesome because we got vegan food. To be honest, my butter chicken was whatever. It was okay, you know? It was okay. But yeah, so then we're just like sitting eating, and there's a man from America. There's a white man from America, and he starts talking to us, and he's like, oh yeah, you gotta go to this place. Oh, you're vegan? I know about this place. We gotta go there, and blah blah blah. And then he talks about his weird life, and like he goes on bike rides with strangers, but like he was trying to do it like, I don't know. He's like talking about, oh yeah, we went on this big bike ride with blah blah blah, and I'm like, wow, this guy is starved for American connection. But he was nice, and so he said, like, oh yeah, you gotta do this, but we're literally, like, leaving Tokyo the next morning. So we're like, oh yeah, maybe we'll do that. And then, like, the answer is no, we're not gonna do it. And so, you know, when we were looking at the menu before we bought our food, and we were like, oh, they got epic dessert croissants. There were epic dessert croissants that looked beautiful. And we were like, let's leave that for later. Let's have that as, like, a dessert as we leave. Because, you know, I feel like I'm not the kind of person, and I haven't come from the kind of family where you go to a restaurant and you order something and then you finish it and then you order dessert. Do you know what I mean? Like that happens sometimes at, like, a special occasion, something, you know? But, like, I feel like that's not something that I ever do. So that felt really cool because the yen was really weak when we were there. And so we were living like kings. We were living like kings, everybody. So yeah, we did a lot of shopping. The main reason that we're at Ginza Loft is to buy matcha in bulk. We have baked into our plan that we're going to go to Uji, which is in Kyoto. It's a place where they made the matcha originally, right? And so we're gonna go there for, like, our epic legitness matcha. But Cami has been asked by several people to buy matcha for them in Japan. And she's like, these schmucks don't even know. They don't even know matcha like that. And so her decision is to buy, okay, she did not word it like that. That's just how I was thinking. She was being nice. She was like, oh, these people want matcha, but, like, they don't know it that well, so, you know, like, I'm gonna get, like, this matcha that's, like, pretty good, you know? And so she got bulk matcha from Ginza Loft. And when I say bulk, I just mean she bought a lot of it. Not like she bought it in special bulk, I just mean she bought a lot of matcha. And we're also there just because it's, like, a big department store that's, like, apparently it's, like, a great place to go gift shopping, you know? So we're there to find gifts. We're there to find gifts for people. And like, every floor has different stuff. And there were, like, 4 floors or something. I don't super remember, but yeah. While we're just, like, exploring, we pass by a Jin's, or J!NS or whatever, which is a glasses store, okay? And Cami needs new glasses, but only a little bit. She only kind of needs new glasses. She's not, like, 100% sure, but I was like, no, you gotta do it. You're literally in Japan. They do tax-free. You do a free, like, eye exam. Like, you gotta do it. So, you know, it was cool. So, you know, she, like, did her eye exam. Oh, before she did it, actually, we walked around because they had, like, a bunch of different glasses on display. And so she's trying out, like, a bunch of different glasses and stuff, which was really fun. She was like, oh, should I try these? Should I try these? And eventually, I'm like, Cami, you gotta put these on, because I always have really liked brown accessories in general, but especially glasses and well, I was gonna say and shoes, but I don't mean, like, brown shoes. I mean, like, I have brown flip-flops that I absolutely love to death. But that's, like, my flip-flops. I don't know, it's like different. I'm not, like, obsessed with brown shoes, you know? But I really like brown glasses. I like tortoiseshell glasses, and these were little cute brown glasses. And I was like, Cami, why don't you come try them on? Why don't you come try them on? And so she tries on these glasses, and she is the freaking cutest. It's the best ever, you know? And so she's like, okay, I'll get these. And then she goes over and gets her eye exam. This is easy because this is a very touristy spot. So there is someone who speaks English. Although, you know, if there was no one that spoke English, there probably would have been someone that spoke Chinese. Because literally everyone spoke Mandarin that we saw. Like, everywhere we went. I definitely already said this, but our Airbnb, like, in Tokyo, we show up, she only speaks Mandarin and Japanese. Like, so, yeah, I'm gonna get over to the left a little. I think this is fine. It's just that I know it gets really trafficy near the exits of this highway, and I'm not getting off of it. Like, I'm staying on for something like 20 miles. Yeah, so she gets her eye exam, and I'm just kind of like waiting, you know? I'm still carrying my Chikawa umbrella. So, you know, I'm kind of like just there, and there's nowhere really to stand and wait. And there also is like nowhere to sit. The only place to sit in this freaking place was at the bathroom, and you kind of had to go like in the bathroom. Like not actually, but you had to like turn the corner and sit there. And then it was like past an area where you couldn't bring any merchandise, and you couldn't see that there was a seat there without going in. So I just didn't know that there was a seat at the bathroom. And so I was just like walking around with my Chikawa umbrella. My legs hurt, man. My legs freaking hurt. And eventually they're like, okay, we've done your eye exam. We already have your lenses. We know the frames that you want. So it'll be ready in like an hour. And we were like, okay. So that was fun, right? And they had like some cool board games that I had heard of, so I was kind of just like looking at those and trying to pass the time and like whatever. Yeah. So, you know, we're walking around, and there was a lot of fun stuff to look at, right? Like, there were tons of Chikawa stickers and like stuff like that. There were these really cute bags on display, and the bags were like, you know, there were the ones you could buy, and then there were like the display cases, and in the display case, they had it like styled, you know? Like, there's a little Sanrio plush on it, there are like Chikawa pins, so like, it was freaking cute. And then, they also, had like, there was a little camera section where like you could buy cameras and stuff. And they had a Hello Kitty Digicam. Super, super freaking cute. Super, super freaking expensive. So, you know, that was fun. And then, Cami decided eventually on getting incense for Corey. She got this, like, notebook for Cece. And, oh, and she got, like, fruit teas for her mom. And I thought that was cool. Those were good gifts. Because, like, the notebook was very much Cece. Like, it was her vibe. And then we saw the incense for Corey, and we were like, oh, well, is this better than what we got Cece? And we were like, well, but we can't get them the same thing. And also, this notebook is, like, so Cece, and she will like it. It's like a small notebook. Like, very, very small. Like, it would fit in your pocket, you know? Well, it wouldn't fit in probably your pocket, because the only people that watch this are women. Or listen to this, I should say. But, guys, you know what? I'm having a great time. It's been a long time since I've recorded a Pegcast. This is fun, you know? It's a shame that this is kind of left. I can't wait to get home and, like, if it's early enough, I might record a Batpeg episode, because I'm in the middle of a series that's pretty fun. But yeah, so we got that notebook, blah, blah, blah. There was a bunch of cool stuff. Like, we were looking at soaps and stuff, and I was like, is there anything I should get my grandparents? Like, I'm not sure. Because at this point, you know, I have the stuff for my mom that we got at Tokyo Station, right? Did I already do that? Wait. Did I already do that? I'm trying to remember. I think I have, right? Isn't this the same day? It is. Because in the morning we went to Tokyo Station to get the Chikawa stuff and the Pokemon stuff. And so that was fun. Right, so I have for my mom a Torchic, a Mudbray, like 2 Pokemon plushies, and a charm for Chikawa of her birthday. Right? I must have already said this. But you know, blah blah blah. So I'm like, is there anything I can get my dad? And my dad just doesn't want anything from this store, man. So, you know, eventually we well, let me see. Yeah, okay. We went and we got the matcha for all the people that asked. The matcha was back on the first floor. So this is like the last thing we're doing, basically. We bought the matcha. We got Cammie's glasses, and they are nice! Let me tell you, they are nice freaking glasses. She will... I don't know if she'll ever have glasses this nice again. You know what I'm saying? Like, the tax-free was huge. The free eye exam and the week yen, huge. So these are like the nicest glasses Cammie has ever had. And she is freaking cute in them. So, you know, I actually know where there's a Jin's, like, in SoCal. And so if she ever needs new glasses, I think we'll go there just to, like, see what's up, you know? We'll be like, hey, maybe, like, could you put new lenses in these glasses? Like, in these frames? Like, is that how this works? Just, like, as a cost-cutting measure, you know? Like, maybe we could do that. I'm not sure. But I don't want Cammie to have to, like, downgrade, because these glasses are nice. They came with a really nice case, that is, like, so nice that she doesn't bring it anywhere because it's kind of boxy. So actually, since then, we bought her, like, a triangle, like, trifold case that, like, flattens so she can keep that in her bag. And so when she takes off her glasses, she can, like, put it in the case and keep them safe. Because they're, like, although they were not the most expensive purchase, they would be really expensive to replace, you know? And they make glasses noises, and I can't really, like, there's, like, a clicking noise that glasses make when you push on the nose, right? Like, if you imagine a stereotypical push on the nose glasses, there's, like, a clicking kind of noise that happens. That doesn't happen with, like, cheaper, like, plastic glasses, you know? And Cammie's glasses are nice, and they make the best freaking noises. It scratches my brain just right. She doesn't care. She doesn't feel like her glasses make the most beautiful noises, but I do. Okay. Sorry, I'm memorizing what exit I'm taking so that I remember it. I freaking do. So, you know, then we go to the tax-free line, and it's only one person in that line per group. And at this point, like, Cammie had gone to the bathroom, and I held all the stuff. So we, like, knew where the seat was that I could go to. Right? I feel like I couldn't go for some reason. I feel like I couldn't go sit for some reason. I'm not sure why. I don't remember this exactly perfectly. Okay, I just read my note, guys. It says, Cammie waited in a tax-free line, and I waited at the stool next to the bathroom. So I definitely did go sit there. I couldn't before, I guess, because I was, like, holding her merchandise before she went to the tax-free. But she had all of it when she went to the tax-free. And they were like, you can't have 2 people in this line. It's only for people who are purchasing. 1 person per group. And I was like, okay, fine. So I went and sat next to the bathroom. And that was great, because my feet hurt. My feet hurt at this point. So sitting down next to that bathroom was so nice. I remember it. It was beautiful. Like, you know when your feet hurt so bad that, like, you sit down and you take your feet off of the ground and you can feel, like, pins and needles in them almost? Okay, not like they fell asleep, but, like, you feel like a pokey kind of pain in your feet because they hurt so bad. That's where I was at, right? Because we had been on the move this trip, right? We'd been going to bed early, waking up early, and going, you know? So, it was nice, but my feet definitely hurt. So, you know, then eventually, like, we have all of our tax-free stuff done. And we go back down to Two Foods, and we're gonna eat a croissant. We're gonna eat a croissant, guys. We're gonna eat a freaking croissant. And oh, I have to tell you guys this, especially Dusty and Dusty Tangential people, because I don't know if it's only Maya, you know, it is, I'm sorry. Basically, Fi today was like, oh, I started saying that's awesome, like randomly. It came out of nowhere from my boyfriend, and he was like roasting me about it, and he was like, where did this come from? Like, who started saying that's awesome? And she was laughing because it's me that said that's awesome. It's me that said that's awesome. And I got it from Dusty. So that's freaking awesome. So yeah, we went to Two Foods and we got a croissant. And our croissant was like a beautiful, beautiful dessert croissant. It was chocolate banana, okay? And like, when I'm saying it was a beautiful dessert croissant, I know I sometimes call food beautiful because it tastes yummy and it is like an artful thing. This was literally like a beautiful piece of art. Like, it was beautiful looking. Like, imagine the fanciest possible chocolate banana croissant. Boom! That's the croissant we freaking ate. If I remember, I'll put an image in right here, but I haven't had such a great track record of that, to be honest. So I haven't had the best track record. You guys, I'm gonna try to remember, but no promises. No bad peg promises. No bad peg promises. So yeah, we got our croissant and it was like insanely yummy. Just so freaking good. This yummy dessert croissant. And it like comes up, or my hatred of sharing yummy food comes up here, because I really don't like sharing yummy food. And you might think like, oh, you are big and greedy, but that's not the truth, okay? Here's the thing. When the food is too yummy, every bite I take is taking away from someone else eating it, right? And so normally in that circumstance, I would just be like, okay, they can have it all. Like, I don't need to have it if they want it, you know? But when it's like we're supposed to be sharing, right? If we're supposed to be sharing and like it's really yummy and it's a unique food, then I like have to have some, but I also have to not have too much. And so I can't take like a bite that I want to take. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to take like a disgustingly large bite and eat happily, but I can't do that. And so like, you know, I'm just like, whatever. I'm like, oh, do you want the last bite? Haha. And we're both like, oh, you have it. And I'm like, dude, I hate this. I hate this. But it was delicious, and I had a really good time sharing it with her. It's just that the experience of sharing a yummy dessert is not one that I like. It's not an experience that I like. So... well, I gotta get over one. Yeah, so we ate our croissant, and then... I guess, yeah, so like Cammy and I, we both, when we were eating our croissant, we were like, God, our feet hurt so bad. So I was telling her about like, I'm sitting outside the bathroom and like sitting is so nice, but like I don't even know what to do. Like, I have a kind of foot pain that won't remit until I take off my shoes. But Nagano Market is calling us, okay? Nagano Market is, it's like, please come in. And our walk to Nagano Market was actually pretty fun, because, you know, we leave Ginza Loft and we have all our stuff, and as we're walking, the GPS on my phone, like, is kind of confused, I guess, and it wants us to go through this mall. It wants us to go through this mall, right? And this mall somehow is just, like, we cannot navigate it. We're just too stupid to navigate this mall. But there's a store with a bunch of little face towels, and they were Pokemon face towels and Chiikawa face towels, and they were beautiful, when I tell you, if I did makeup, I would have bought like 3 of them. They were beautiful. They were beautiful, you guys. It was unreal. They were beautiful. I'm gonna get over one more just to make it easy on myself later. Yeah, they're like super, super pretty, but you know, we move on, we keep going. And so, basically, sorry, I'm focused on driving. Basically, so something to note about the Nagano market is, it's all Nagano stuff, not just Chikawa, right? It's not the Chikawa market, it's the Nagano market. And Nagano has 2 big series, Chikawa and Joke Bear. We do not know Joke Bear, but we want to go. Joke Bear also is a bad translation, really. Because really, like, what it actually means, wait, okay, really what it means is, like, the translation of Joke Bear, like, straight actually to English is, a bear that does tsukomi on its own. And basically, tsukomi is like a kind of Japanese humor where one person is the idiot and one person is the straight man. And so basically that is to say, like, you know, the stupid person says or does something stupid, and then the tsukomi goes, "That's stupid!" And then you laugh, right? And then you laugh. Are you following here? So basically, tsukomi is like, this basically just means that the bear is like calling out stupid stuff. Like, the bear is the straight man for the comedy routine, but there's no guy that is the idiot. So basically the bear is just like complaining about dumb things in life and like pointing out, you know, like, hey, isn't this stupid that this happens? Or like, isn't it stupid that we have to do this? So that's what Joke Bear is centered around. Cammy and I do not know this at this point. We don't know anything about Joke Bear. I know that Joke Bear exists, but I looked up Joke Bear and oh my gosh, this guy is crazy. Oh, never mind, he's not crazy. There's a person pulled over on the side. Wow, that was super, super dangerous. That was so crazy. That was so dangerous. Yeah, so we don't really know anything. And you know, tsukomi like doesn't exist in American humor that much, right? And that's just kind of something. I honestly, I looked up what Joke Bear was for the Pegcast. Like, I looked it up to take notes about it and learn about it. Because I was like, well, what is Joke Bear? So I kind of read like a brief thing, and it was like, it actually translates to this. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it. But it's like not a thing in American humor, right? Like, if you think about like Friends, like, you'll have a stupid character and they'll say something stupid, and then instead of having like a tsukomi character, they just have a laugh track. Like, you're supposed to laugh earlier, as where in like Japanese humor, back in the motherland, as Maya would say, like, there's one more step. Like, someone has to say, "That's dumb," and then you laugh. So it's like a really interesting difference in humor. But the point is, we don't know anything about Joke Bear at the time of us entering Nagano Market. We just know Chikawa. And so we get there, and there's like a big friggin' Chikawa thing. There are tons of fun characters. It's super cute, super cool. And there's a 3-item purchase limit. So we have to be careful. We have to be wise with our purchases, okay? Number 1 purchase, the first one, easy purchase, a super awesome Hachiware shirt. Everybody, if you can hear me right now, then give me a quick round of applause in real life for an awesome Hachiware shirt. We love Hachiware the cat, everybody, don't we? So, you know, then there's like there's a clear bag. It's like a yellow see-through plastic bag that's like Chikawa themed. It's got like a bunch of friends on it, and Cammy was like, this is the coolest bag ever, and she bought it. I'm really happy she did. It's like such a cool bag. It's a really, really cool bag. And so, yeah. Then, I don't really know how to describe it. I'm sorry, I'm like trying to figure out how to describe it. I'm also trying to figure out if I'm in the right lane, and I'm not. I have to get over one. Hopefully this guy going 20 miles over the speed limit doesn't keep going 20 miles over the speed limit at me. Hooray. Am I in the wrong? Did they change what lane I was supposed to be in? Okay, no, I'm good. Yeah, I can't really describe this bag to you. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best, but I'm not exactly sure. Okay, I gotta slow down. On this big turn. I feel like I've driven on this road before. I guess that's pretty likely. But yeah, Cammy got that awesome bag. I really don't know how to describe it, but it's so freaking cool. It's like a yellow see-through. It has like the characters on the outside. It snaps closed in the middle. It's like a little, like between a tote and a purse, you know? Or maybe it's just a see-through purse. Like maybe that's just the way to describe it. And the last thing we get is a magnet. And this magnet is Chikawa and Hachiware from the webcomic, from the manga, if you will. And they're running together. And we don't really know exactly what it says, but I'm pretty sure it's something along the lines of Hachiware saying, quickly go to the bathroom first. Like, quickly, we have to go to the bathroom. And so it's pretty fire. It's pretty fire. So, you know, we did it. We have completed Nagano Market. When we leave, we like feel happy that we went. You know, our feet had hurt really bad, but more important than the foot pain was the, oh, I know where I am. Okay, I can get over left then. More important than the foot pain was the good day that we've had and the successful shopping we've done. So Cammy, at this point, has begun to purchase. I feel like the whole trip has just been me purchasing. I'm buying Chikawa stuff, I'm buying Pokemon stuff, I'm buying Ape Escape, I'm buying Toro Inoue. Also, Toro Inoue has been a hit! It's been a hit, man! Well, I don't know, like, people haven't really commented on it, but I love him! I have my Uniqlo pants, and I clip Toro on there, on my belt loop, and it really pulls it all together, man. It pulls together the outfit. I feel so awesome with Toro on me. Toro was like one of my best purchases in all of Japan, to be so honest, you know? Not as good of a, no, I would say actually on the same level as the Ape Escape mousepad. Because here's the thing, the Ape Escape mousepad is too cool. I can't use it. I don't want to get it dirty and like ruin it. So it is a piece of art for me. I don't know where to put it yet. Because we live in our little apartment, you know? And like we still kind of need a bookshelf. So, you know, I feel like my Ape Escape thing is probably just gonna stay safekeeping underneath my bed until we move out. until we move out of this apartment in like 2 years. So I think that Toro, because I'm showing Toro off all the time and wearing him out, is like the best purchase ever. But point is, Cammy is finally purchasing because she bought stuff for her family and friends at Ginza Loft, right? So I feel a little bit less embarrassed. But also, you know, some of the things were like both of us, right? Like the gift for Kenzie was both of us. When we bought that, we bought like a Ghibli tote. And the Ghibli tote for Dusty as well. But you know, we like left the place we were at, and Cammy was like, "Hey, there's a vegan matcha place near here. Let's go." So we go, and this place is like, it feels like fake fancy. Do you know what I'm saying? I guess you don't. It felt like it was connected to a hotel, right? Like it seemed like it was sharing a building with what seemed like was a hotel. What seemed to be a hotel. And it was fancy in the way that some hotel restaurants are. Like, not in that it's like super, super overly expensive and it actually is really fancy, but just that it looks fancy. So we went to that matcha place, and we went to that matcha place, and like Cammy got her matcha, and it had like weird outdoor sofa seating. It was like all outdoor sofas with like little like awnings over them. Like I don't know, it was like little it would be like 4 small sofas all facing one another in like a square. And like that's where you sit, like big plushy seats, but it's like 2 seats wide. So it's like technically a sofa, you know? And so that place was kind of weird, but it was fun. And I had a sip of Cammy's matcha, and that was fun. She was like, "Would you like some?" And I was like, "I'll have a sip." And she was like, "Hooray!" So yeah, next on our list is going to Akihabara. Akihabara is the otaku culture hub, okay? This is where the weeaboos go. This is where the weeaboos go, right? And you might be thinking, Batpeg, aren't you a little embarrassed? And the answer is no. The answer is no. And do you know why? Because I wasn't even there for the anime stuff. I was thinking, you know what? All this anime stuff is just going to be big figurines and whatnot. It's not going to be up my alley. That's not what I'm here for, right? That's not what I'm here for. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm here for is a beautiful little place called Yellow Submarine. I just checked my note, and it says walked, and then all caps, past. Walked past a few anime stores. And then, you know, as we're walking by, we're like, oh, that's funny, oh, that's funny. Like, you could get crazy anime figures. There was, like, Mario in a couple of them. And so we walk past, and we go into, like, a little hole-in-the-wall elevator. I am so glad that we did our research beforehand of some of the stuff we wanted to do, right? Because never in 1,000 years would I have found this place. And I'm infinitely happy that we went there. This is another purchase that was one of the best purchases we made. Happens in this hole in the wall in Yellow Submarine. Was it called Blue Submarine? In my notes it says Blue Submarine, but I'm almost 100% sure this place was called Yellow Submarine. I think I called it Blue Submarine because I got confused because the plastic bag that they gave us was blue. The point is, we come in immediately. What do we see? Chikawa, the game of life. What? Everybody, hashtag spin to win. Am I right? Hashtag spin to freaking win in the Chikawa game of life, okay? Cammy drops to her knees, goes to see the Chikawa Game of Life. She's like, oh my gosh. And this is one of those moments where I'm like I always worried that if we went to Japan, it would be a trip for me, and then begrudgingly Cammy comes along for all the stuff I want to do, and oh my goodness gracious, that guy is going 100 miles an hour in a giant truck. He might not actually be at 100, but I think he is. This guy next to me is closer to like 80 or 90. Well, I guess I'm like almost at 80, so he's going to like 85, and the guy ahead of him is probably 95 to 100. But anyways, I had been, thinking about how I was worried that I would bring Cammy to Japan, and it would be like stuff I want to do. Cammy comes along, and then we like go to a beautiful park, and it's like, well, now we have to spend a day of our trip going to this park that I'm not that interested in. And, when Cammy was like, oh, I want to get matcha from, like, the place that matcha was born at, I was like, okay, so that's good at least, right? Because she, like, has her own thing that she wants to do, and I want to do it too. I think it's interesting. So, like, it's a little better. But this Cammy right now, getting down on her knees to look at Chikawa the Game of Life, and, like, gasping, is like one of those moments where I'm just so grateful that she is who I went with, right? Because she is having a great time doing the super nerdy stuff that I want to do. I looked up like a board game store in Japan to go to, right? I found directions to this board game store off of a board game forum site, where you can review board games, and it has like a big like conglomerate, like not conglomerate, but like it shows you like how good people think this game is, what people feel like the best number of players to play it with is, etc, etc, etc. And then there are also forums, and in the forums they're like, hey, if you like this, then go to this store. If you like this kind of board games, like just board games, then go to this store. It's above this. You can find it on the map because it's like above this building. And so like that's how I knew to find it, right? Like that's how I knew how to, like, where I was going. Even though I had the address, like I don't know that I would have been able to figure it out that easily. But we literally just went straight there because I was on this forum for board games. And that is some crazy nerd stuff. Okay? So the fact that in this part of the trip, Cammy is having, like, the time of her life, even when her feet hurt, is, like, it feels magical to me, truly. Like, this was a really wonderful moment for me. And I was like, wow, like, we're both having a great time here. Like, I am truly loved and accepted. The things that I like are accepted as, like, fun things. Like, even if Cammy is not as into it as I am, right? She doesn't know any of the board games that she's seeing there. As where, I already explained the board games that we bought, which were Scout Dokojong, In Front of the Elevators, 9 Tile Panic. That might be it, I'm not sure. There might be one more. There was a Chikawa game. We bought Chikawa cards, but that was before. I don't remember, but she didn't know any of those games. I knew all of them before we went into the store, right? I knew all of them. So that's a little like embarrassing, but she still thinks that the like fun of it is fun, and so I feel really accepted and loved. This is where I learned that Cammy loves spin to win. She loves the game of life. She loves spinning to win. And so yeah, we go in and I'm like, okay, let's buy What did I want to get? I was between getting Dokojong and Nine Tiles Panic. I was between those two games, and Cammy was like, why don't you just get them both? And I was like, okay. And then it was like, God, I don't remember this perfectly. I don't remember if it was Dokojong and Nine Tiles Panic I was between. But I was between something and something. It might have been Nine Tiles Panic in front of elevators. And Cammy was like, well, if you can only get these games in Japan, buy them now. And I was like, yeah, but like, in my head, I'm like, I don't know if we'll even play all these games, right? Like, how often am I busting out board games and playing them? The answer is not that often. So, I'm like, I don't know. But Scout is on sale. Boom, gotta pick it up. Dokojong is, like, basically only available in Japan. You can buy it in America, but you have to go through a few hoops. Like, it's not just on Amazon. Nine Tiles Panic is not just on Amazon. In Front of the Elevators is not just on Amazon. So, boom, boom, boom. Purchase them all. I spent so much freaking money. In this store. I felt so embarrassed. And Cam was like, don't feel embarrassed. Like, this is like one of the things you wanted to do here. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. And I'm really glad that she made me feel good about it. I'm really glad that she encouraged me to do it, because I can now say, like, 6 months out, that buying those board games was a phenomenal decision. Every single one of them, okay? Buying Scout at a discounted price, banger, okay? Banger. Buying Dokojong, it's literally my favorite board game. I love Dokojong more than any other board game. It's short, it's simple. You play against the other players through the systems. I read on the forum, I looked up Dokojong recently to see if it was easy to buy in America, because it's near Christmas time. And I think Dokojong is like the best freaking game of all time. And you can buy it, but it's a little too complicated, and I don't even know who I'd give it to. So, I looked it up on this site, right? And someone was like, I usually love the balance of games made by Oink Games, and Oink is the publisher. And they're like, I normally love the game balance of Oink Games, but this game is the only one where I have a house rule, and the house rule is that there's a penalty for making an incorrect accusation. Right? And I think that they're just not thinking hard enough, okay? There is a punishment for making an incorrect accusation. It's that everyone else gains information about what you're doing, right? So you can kind of think of this game as like a deduction game, where like you have 5 potential doors in front of you where something is hidden, and you have to keep it hidden while revealing other people's stuff. So you say, I want to open this door. The next person can choose to open another door. And you basically are like either opening doors where your thing isn't, and you're trying to open other doors to find it from someone else, or you're like bluffing and you're saying, hey, I don't like, let's open door 3, but your thing is behind door 3. By making an accusation, you can call off the whole doors process and reset the board, right? But in doing that, it suggests that either you feel really confident about your accusation, or you're trying to prevent yourself from having your thing revealed at the door. I know that probably doesn't make sense unless you've played. It's like too abstract. But the point is, when you make an accusation, it gives all of the other players information about your board state, right? Because when you make an accusation, you're clearing the board, and that might insinuate that the door that was about to open is where your hidden thing is where your dog is. It's a dog. And so I disagree with what that person said. I think that there are levels to it, and there's a lot to think about, and it's a really good balance between bluffing and luck and whatever. And we played it a few times, and I never earned a point that didn't feel justified, right? Like, whenever I earned a point, I felt like, yes, like I outplayed someone, like I tricked them. And it has these like beautiful little like plasticky, ceramic-y tiles that are just so wonderful. And I wonder if that's where the jong comes from, like the jong, dokojong. It's like mahjong. Like, is it dokojong? I don't know. But it's spelled J-O-N-G. So, I don't know. But dokojong is like literally my favorite board game. So this was like also in front of the elevators, fantastic. Scout, fantastic. Nine Tile Panic, fantastic. I'm super, 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 super proud of myself for understanding like the games that I will enjoy, for like doing research about it and figuring out which ones I should buy. And also I'm so happy that Kami convinced me to do it. It truly just a wonderful experience. It would have been a regret. Well, I guess it wouldn't have been, but I never would have known this joy, and it was well worth the, like, I spent like $50 and I got like 4 of the best board games I've ever played. You can get 1 board game for $50. Have you seen what they're selling Azul for? So, anyways, we leave, and like this elevator on the way up and on the way down, obviously it's the same elevator, is so freaking small. It's like one of those tiny elevators that just like, even standing in alone, you're like, God, this is small. And as we get in, there are 2 other people in the elevator. And I'm like, girl, where did you guys come from? Like truly, what else is in this freaking building? Like, what's above us? So, we go down, there's a Chikawa crane game, and we're like, sure, let's just do it. We do 1, we lose, whatever. And then, oh, right, and that's the end of our day. So then we take the train home, we finally get there. I don't remember who showers first, but we're night showerers here. I think I probably showered first. Kami let me shower first a lot. That was really, really awesome of her. And then I would often fall asleep before she got out of the shower. I'm almost 100% sure that I showered first that night. God, I miss that shower. I know I've talked about it before. Like, my note said shower, Japan. But oh my God. Like, that was truly the best shower I've ever experienced. The controls were so awesome. And, like, dude, because we were in Japan and I was, like, taking my well-being and my happiness so seriously, I was like, you know those people who are, like, freaky because they wake up early and eat avocado toast and do yoga and then take a cold shower and then like journal, and then it's like 6 in the morning at that point after they've done all that, and now it's time to get ready for work. I felt like that. Like, I had that level of motivation. So I get up, at night, I take a cold shower. And like, the shower was so easy to start it off a little warm and then work myself to cold. Like, it was just beautiful. Anyways, that night we had our leftovers, and also that night we packed up for the Shinkansen, which basically means, you know, my suitcase that was once empty, it once had nothing. All it had was my socks, underwear, and a bunch of packs of Oreos from the freaking Oxy MP. Now is full of merch from Japan. It's full of Pokemon, it's full of Chikawa, and it's full of love. And it's full of matcha, actually, from the Ginza Loft. So, yeah, that's the story of that day. I think that's where I'm going to call it. That's where I'm going to call it on the Japan story, because I think I'm very close to home. I think I'm very close to home, and I can just talk about my day. So, I'll tell you about the next day on the next Pegcast. I don't want to start it and not finish it, you know? It's just like when I was fighting Sans. I didn't want to, like, start the Sans fight, you know, and, like, end the episode, and then, it's like, whatever. Like, when I could just make the Sans fight its own episode. In, like, Undertale, like, episode 27 or something, I don't know. But, so, today I'm walking around Oxy, right? Like, to be honest, it didn't feel weird at all. It didn't feel weird literally at all. I feel like for most people it would have. But I just came back to Oxy and I was like, oh man, like I'm here. Like nothing, you know. And you know, when I left the gaming room, it was quite cold. And we walked the same way that I would always walk. And like, as we're leaving the gaming room, I did feel like, I felt habit in my bones, you know? So like, I like really could feel that I like wanted to walk back to Burkus and like stop in front of Belly Young. And what especially made me feel that way was when I got out of the library, started walking, and I was cold up. I was so freaking cold. And I was like, wow, like this really, this is it. Like, you know, this is my quintessential Oxy experience. Like, I leave the gaming room really late. I feel exhausted, and I walk home. I stop at Belly Young, get even colder, get back to the dorm, have a snack, go to bed. I haven't had a Chewy bar in so long. I haven't had a Chewy bar in so long, man. I've been eating like healthier, more sustaining bars that are like fruit and nut, you know? It's like depressing. Actually, I don't think I'm getting over here. I'm gonna stay in the lane I'm in. I don't have to get over for another while. So I don't want to get it like confused. It meaning like my path. Like I don't want to like get over to the right because I'll have to be right eventually and then be like, oh, but like I'm in a turn lane now, so I have to get back over left and blah blah blah. Like I'll just wait. Man, I want a Chewy bar right now. I'm going home and I have cereal. I didn't have dinner today, which was kind of weird, but whatever. Yeah, so I felt like at home, and then I found out, I don't know the relationship between these two people, but this person gets in the car with all these other people from the Valorant team, and what am I saying? Oh, this guy in the car like worked with me at the bookstore, and he's like, hi Jack, and I'm like, oh my god, I know you, hi, what's up, long time no see. And he's like, are you graduating this year? And I'm like, no, I graduated last year. Like I'm just coming back to see Phi. So that was cool. Yeah. SAR, that was basically what I did today. I have to study. I have to study. And I'm feeling it in my bones. I'm feeling the anxiety creep up on me. Like I feel like I should have done more before during this weekend. But what can you say, man? What can you do? It's the freaking Nouns Invitational Japan. It was like the last Melee major of the year. It was an invitational tournament, so I had to watch, you know? Had to watch. And so that was fun. I've also been playing a lot of Valorant recently. And I've been learning a lot about mice again for fun. I love to learn about computer mice. There is a Thursday review coming out this coming week. It's Sunday. My final is on Tuesday. Then there's Batpeg Wednesday, where we're going to be tuning back into Sonic X Shadow Generations, really just Shadow. And then it's time for freaking the Thursday review of the Vaxi E1 4K wireless. I'm so excited for break, man. I'm so excited for break. I need to relax a little. Oh, also, guys, I gotta talk about anime. Oh my god, I gotta give you an update. Yaiba, fire the whole way through. The last episode is a bit of a cliffhanger. I didn't realize that it wasn't gonna end. There's gonna be another season of Yaiba. And so it didn't finish. And so that was kind of sad. because it could have finished, you know? It could have finished, but there was another arc of the story. And I just didn't know that. But Yaiba, fantastic through and through. Fantastic through and through. There were a few moments where they treated Sayaka a little bit too, like, pervy. But on par, they handled her as a sweet, loving, like, high schooler girl. Or maybe she's in middle school, but I think she's in high school. And she's just freaking awesome. Really, really loved Yaiba. I've started watching City with Cammy. City is fantastic. It might be my anime of the year. We'll have to see what Panty and Stocking looks like. But it's just a shame that Yaiba, like, doesn't even have a chance, you know? Yaiba's opening, also fire, okay? The first half of the season, they do, like, the opening, and then the second half, they do the second verse of it. Because it's that good of a song, they could just do the second verse. And also, the second verse is, like, an epic friggin' version of the first one. So, like, I think I like the first one more as a song, but the second one, like, gets you, like, in the, it's, like, hype, you know? It's, like, a friggin' epic version. So that was really fun. And then in the final episode, they have sound effects. So, like, when they're fighting and stuff in the opening, like, there's like, swords clanging and whatever. Oh my goodness. I hiccuped. I can't wait for my cereal. When there are swords clanging in the opening, you can, like, hear them clanging in the last episode. It's pretty cool. Oh. Help me. So that was really awesome in the opening, and then I made it home, guys. Alright, I got off the exit. I didn't make it home yet. So that was really awesome. I loved Yaiba. City has been just an absolute, like, once in a lifetime kind of anime. Like, it's truly amazing. And then you go online and you look at the like, reviews that people have left on, like, Mal. And people will say things like, this show is not good because it's just a comedy and it's over animated. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry that you don't like when things look good. My bad. Sorry. We should make worse looking things, actually. You're right. It should look bad, actually. You're totally right. I forgot that actually when you create the most beautiful animation of all time, if it's about something unserious and funny and silly, instead of being a shonen battle, we should actually make it look bad. We should make it look bad. They experiment with so many things. The animation is so good. Some of the running jokes and the ways that the characters, like, interact and intertwine with each other's stories are just truly, like, it's wizardry. Like, this is an unbelievably good series. And it's animated with unbelievable care. Just a perfect freaking show. Unbelievably good show, as far as I have seen it. And I started watching Frieren with Cammy too. I'm trying to get through Frieren before season 2 comes out in January. So wish me luck. Wish me luck with that. Wish me luck with that. What else have we been watching? I feel like, or what I have been watching. I feel like I've just been on YouTube and Yaiba, right? What was last time? I was watching Daima. Yeah. I don't know. I'm basically home. Guys, I can't wait for my cereal. And I can't wait for Frieren and Dungeon Meshi Seasons 2. I rewatched a couple episodes of Dungeon Meshi, and in the Living Armor episode, you can see after they put the living armor under a lot of heat, it turns rainbowish in the same way that, like, your pan will turn rainbowish if you turn the heat too high. Like you can get, like if you look up rainbow stainless steel pan, you'll see the stains. It's like not made from oil. It's just heating the pan too high kind of creates that effect. And they replicated that effect in the show. And I didn't realize it until this rewatch. And I really liked that. I really, really liked that. Also, I don't know if I've spoken about this since I was talking about utensils. You do, in fact, need a metal spatula because not everything will come off of a pan with just a wooden one, because you can't make a wooden spatula that thin or it will break. Like, because the wood is soft, like it will chip and it will like become broken. If you have a wooden spatula that is too sharp or thin. And as such, you do, in fact, need a metal spatula. If you wanted to get a pan and money was no object, you should get that freaking Misen pan. Misen made a pan that's like a non-stick stainless steel pan that like, it's like carbonized. And so it like isn't toxic to you non-stick, but it also is non-stick, like it doesn't stick. And that's really freaking cool. Okay, I'm gonna take off my sweater in here, because this is the sweater that I tend to leave in the car. But that does mean that my walk up to the apartment is going to be freaking cold. It's going to be freaking cold. Okay. Okay. It's so cold out. It's so cold out. Got my bag with my headphones. I don't know why I brought them, to be honest. I don't know why I brought my headphones. I did not need them today. But everybody, comment below. Spin to win. Everybody comment below. Spin to win. Would you like to spin to win, everybody? Spin to win. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of this episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all the Christmas good. Bye. Hi, I'm adding this as an addendum the next day because I asked Cami what the other board game was, and it's Nana, and Nana was like the board game that I went there knowing I was gonna get. So I was gonna get Nana and one other board game, right? That's what the deal was. I was gonna get Nana and one of Dokojong and In Front of the Elevators and Nine Tile Panic.
And then we got Scout.
And then we got Scout because it was on discount.
Yeah.
But it was really like Nana and either Dokojong or Nine Tiles Panic really were the two I was between.
And then we just got both.
And then In Front of the Elevators was like a second tier.
That we also got.
That, well, yeah, but I'm just saying, I explained this.
Oh, okay.
I talked about it for a long time.
We had a good haul.
We did have a good haul. Cami's here.
Hi.
Bye, guys.